Hey guys, what is up? This is Supercars in Manchester. Today you join me back in Alderley Edge for something a little bit different. I'm not actually here necessarily for car spotting today. I've been getting quite a lot of requests through my Instagram to make a specific video. Basically a video doing a sort of comprehensive guide to car spotting in Alderley Edge. And I thought, well, since I've got a couple of hours free today, I'd just pop down after work and make a little video detailing Alderley Edge, some places that cars usually park, the best places to spot from. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But I get asked at least 2 or 3 times a day through my Instagram, where's the best place to car spot in Alderley Edge? Where do the cars most often park up in Alderley Edge? Well, today I'm going to be answering that question, or those questions. I do apologise for the shaky video. I've just come from work, so I haven't got my camera to mount my phone on. But we'll start today's video with that bench over there. So I've just come from the car park, the Park car park, which is just up there. That is probably the best place to park if you are coming to Alderley Edge to car spot and you are coming in a car. But yeah, this is the, I guess, little triangle of land that we usually spot from on a weekend. There's the trusty old bench, and this is the view you usually see in the YouTube videos I make from Alderley Edge. So this is like place number 1 to spot cars, because you do get cars that go down there from Wilmslow direction, which is that way, and they turn down here, so they won't go through the village, and vice versa. They'll come from that way and go that way. Ooh, that's an interesting M4. Very nice. But yeah, that's the first point of interest. Second point of interest isn't a spotting location, it's an attraction for car owners, and that would be the relatively newly opened San Carlo, Alderley Edge. I think it's only been open a couple of months at this point, but just outside on a random Tuesday, you have actually got a Bentley Bentayga parked up. I don't think there's anything in the car park at the moment. I didn't have a proper look. But those are the 2 attractions, I guess, up here. So you've got the spotting location, and you've got San Carlo for cars to park up at. Now, I've seen a couple of other videos of people coming to Alderley Edge and doing something similar to what I've done, but they've mentioned the petrol station, and they've basically said, oh, it's a supercar only petrol station. Well, no, it's a normal Texaco petrol station. It does have a pump that only does the premium unleaded fuel, but I wouldn't quite call that a supercar pump, because my car's a 2012 Volvo, and that takes the premium fuel. I'm not going to put the E10 in my car because it would ruin the engine. Burns at a high temperature. But yeah, long story short, that petrol station, I guess, would be like location 2.5, because you do sometimes get decent cars parking up in there. Mostly for getting fuel, but sometimes like having a car wash or just parking up. And in videos from a few months ago, I did also occasionally feature the building there, which used to be Old Deli. It was a deli place, but it closed down. It used to be a car showroom before that, but that was way before I started coming here, nearly 10 years ago. So that was a bit of an attraction for people as well. You get cars turning up there. Oh, Lamborghini Urus. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try and just keep the video going This is just like a long take, I guess you could say, just so you can see what kind of rate cars are coming through for my videos, though I don't think this is going to be a pretty accurate representation of that, because it is currently a Tuesday at 3 p.m, not a weekend when there are more cars out and about. But yeah, so now this is the main road of Alderley Edge, London Road, quite aptly named, considering I call this place the Knightsbridge of the North. Now, so this is London Road. This is the main road that goes from Alderley Edge. So Alderley Edge starts from just before that Texaco garage, right? And you walk up the main village road here. You just walk along here. This is still the main road. So you just keep walking along the main road. So up here you've got the bridge that it's not really a spotting location, but sometimes if you're trying to get like good photo angles, getting the cars as they come up just on this ridge here can be a pretty good photo opportunity, with them being at a nice angle. Bentley Continental GT Mulliner edition. Obviously it is now a 20 zone. So you walk a little bit further down, so now we're starting to get towards the car park of Waitrose. Cafe appears to be going. Which is where there have been a fair few decent cars. I'm trying to think what I've seen in there recently. Well, there has been a Bugatti Chiron, a Carrera GT. There's been quite a lot in that car park. Novitec and Largo. Is it? Yeah, LFA. So this is the Waitrose car park of Alderley Edge, where a lot of the supercars do tend to park. I can actually see, I think I see a DB11 parked up on the left up there. So this, what we're coming up to now, is the main stretch of Alderley Edge. This is the, I guess you would call it the high street. The main, you know, it's still the main road, but I guess you could, it's the high street part of Alderley Edge. You got the Tesco Express there. You can see a Bentley parked over there in Waitrose. Often you'll get cars parked down here, like along there. Nothing really interesting there today. 991.2 Carrera 4S. Yeah, I think they're just having some renovations done at the moment. So we are just about to hit the second spotting location of interest, I guess you could say. This is probably the best spotting location if you are looking for like you know, photography, if you're looking at getting decent photos of cars, because the cars have to go slowly through this section of the village due to the speed bumps. So the cars come along here quite slowly. And it's also a straight run up to that corner. So nice DB11 parked up on the high street. Yeah, you do often get. Oh, speaking of the devil, that's another DB11. You do actually get cars parked up along this section of the village quite often. And also driving through. So here's another location of interest, the Bubble Room, Alderley Edge. You do sometimes get decent cars parked out here. This is the location where the two AMG GT Black Series tend to park up every time I've seen them come through. Well, every time they've been through, they seem to park just up there. And you do also sometimes get cars parked up down that road. There's often a grey 718 GT4 that parks down there. So just moving a little bit further down the village, you've got this set of lights. I think it's been reconfigured since the old days, but in the old days these lights used to be super responsive, so you press them and 5 seconds later they go red. So people did used to sort of see a car come in, run ahead and then press the lights to make it stop at the lights. Obviously that's not something I would encourage nowadays, but this is in the past, so it was what it was. Strange looking Jag there. Moving further up into the village, we've got more cafes. We've got Cafe Nero, we've got the Village Cafe. We've also got Gusto. Gusto is a restaurant that a lot of cars park up to go into and park up outside of. I can hear something idling. I think it's the SVR. Yeah. What else have we got? So you got this little one-way street. You often get cars sort of like parking up in those 2 or 3 spots. Then you also have this Victor's Alderley Edge. You do something like this section, these 4 or 5 spaces here. You do get cars parked up here now and again. Saying Giggling Squid, that's another restaurant that cars park in now and again. Not in the restaurant, obviously, park up to go in the restaurant. Another SVR. And finally we've got the roundabout at the end of the village. This is another spotting location. As you can tell, every single spotting location has its bench. You've got 3 benches, well technically 4 benches in the village, but one of the benches you can't actually sit on and get decent photos from. But yeah, this is the end of Alderley Edge. That was how quickly you can go from the start of the village to the end of the village. Ooh, E46 M3. Yeah, that pretty much concludes Alderley Edge, apart from, so if you go down there and turn right, you've got like a little road that goes around the back of the village, and there is a car park back there. There used to be, with regularity, supercars in there. I've seen a Murcielago in there, 599, F12, but as of like the last year or so, I don't think I've actually seen anything decent in there recently. So I don't know if it's maybe because it's the, I don't know. Oh, there's a Rolls-Royce Cullinan black badge. But yeah, that's basically it for Alderley Edge. That's the start of the village with the Texaco garage, and that is the end of the village. So I apologise if you're expecting a bit more in terms of points of interest and spotting locations, but there really isn't a whole lot to Alderley Edge, and yet Alderley Edge is what it is. It's had a Pagani Huayra, it's had multiple Bugatti Chirons and Veyrons, it's had a Koenigsegg C6R edition. Yeah. So this is Alderley Edge in its entirety, really. There isn't much more. There is not much more to it than what I've just showed you. Trying to think of anything else I can add, really. but there isn't a whole lot, because Alderley Edge is a small village. And to everyone that keeps asking me where is the best place in the village to spot, it would be one of those 3 locations I mentioned. It would be either first location down by the little triangle of greenery opposite San Carlo, location 2 just by those 2 trees with the lights and the bench, or option 3 just opposite the little roundabout. Those are those are really the 3 only like proper spotting locations in Alderley Edge, because like I say, there's not a whole lot to the village. It's just a sleepy little town with a lot of loud supercars and bikes. I'm only saying loud bikes because of the one we've just seen, but so down there is the car park. They do sometimes get stuff parked up there, but I haven't seen anything for a while, like I mentioned earlier. And yeah, that pretty much concludes the Alderley Edge walking tour, the comprehensive guide to car spotting in Alderley Edge. There is one location I did fail to mention, but we're just coming up to it now. I'll point it out in a second. I guess the only other location, as you could call it, it's not really a spotting location, it's just a location you do sometimes get cars parked up, is down that road over there. Those like 4 or 5 spaces along there, you do sometimes get cars parked up there, either so the owners can go get cash from the cash machine, or so they can go in Tesco's. But that sums up Alderley Edge in its entirety. That was the comprehensive car spotting guide of Alderley Edge. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I hope I've answered all your questions. If you've got any more questions, do feel free to comment. I will answer any questions that aren't, any questions you have that are, natural, normal questions. Oh, did I hear something then? I don't know. Like I say, it is a Tuesday, so I'm not really expecting to see much in the way of cars. I think it was that Mini. So yeah, like I say, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment them and I will answer them in the comments below. So thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Just a quick add on to the end of the video. I've just come down to the San Carlo, just about to head home, and there's now an Aston Martin Vanquish parked up where the Bentayga was, within the space of what, 10 minutes? That's Alderley Edge for you. And also, while I'm here, I'm just going to mention something real quick. I know often, or sometimes, I go spotting down at what I call the bypass. It's a roundabout. It's about a 7 or 8 minute walk that way. Technically, that's outside of the village limits of Alderley Edge, so I'm not including it in the Alderley Edge video. And I've just noticed, if you look in the petrol station, that's an Aston Martin DBX. Right, actually ending the video now. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.